Now, one of the things that we know about NIO is that when it comes to technology, they are very much ahead of most of the automakers globally. I mean, when you look into the fast-growing EV industry, you will know that NIO, when it comes to their batteries, they offer their customers with standard battery packs for short distances and also offer long battery packs or long distance battery packs like your 100 and 150 kilowatts battery. I mean, with the 150 kilowatts battery, the NIO CEO demonstrated that with the ET7, that battery can make you travel over 1,000 kilometers. I think, if I remember well, the CEO traveled around 1,050 kilometers at a single charge, which shows you the kind of breakthrough that NIO has launched when it comes to their batteries. I mean, the reason I'm doing this video is because apparently Samsung and Toyota just announced a partnership where they will be launching a 600-mile battery, which is something that is pretty good, I must say. But one thing that is to be noted is that NIO already has got this battery. In fact, there are some of the NIO users that are using this 150 kilowatts battery. They've deployed these batteries, or this 600 or over 600 miles battery, already into their battery swapping stations, which is something that is pretty exciting. And to get to see Toyota and Samsung now partnering and planning to launch their first battery by 2027, it really made me to laugh, because the person that posted this on the streets of social media was indicating that it's bye-bye to Tesla because of this new battery that, by the way, they can be able to charge it by around 9 minutes. So to me, when I read this, I was like, NIO can swap the battery in 2 minutes and 38 seconds, and therefore this is not a breakthrough for them. It is something that NIO has already done. In fact, when it comes to replenishing this kind of a battery, it only takes them 2 minutes 38 seconds, which is something that is pretty exciting. So I'm happy about this. I'm excited to see this and to get to see other car companies following NIO's footsteps. I mean, it is just a bliss. I'm really excited to be a NIO investor. I mean, once they talk about the mass production of their battery, NIO has already started deploying the 1,000 or over 600-mile batteries into their battery swapping stations, and the NIO users are able to get that battery. So by the time it gets to 2027, NIO would have flooded their battery swapping station with this 150 kilowatts battery, which they launched last year, and we saw test drive being conducted by the NIO CEO late last year. So I'm happy, I'm excited, and this just proves and shows you that NIO is very far ahead from most of the EV car companies, or from most of the car companies globally, which gives me the confidence, which motivates me to remain long and strong onto the NIO stock. I know, yes, some of the people might be currently trashing NIO, saying that maybe they are not yet profitable and all those kind of things, but this is a company that is growing, and trust me when I say this, to see trends like this from other EV makers or other EV competitors wanting to do the same thing that NIO has done, it must show you that NIO is doing everything right. I mean, it started with battery swapping stations when the president of NIO was asking other big car companies to join them when it comes to battery swapping station. But guess what some of the big car companies did? They decided to form their own coalition, or form their own partnership, and want to produce their own battery swapping stations. I mean, we've got BID, CATL. You'll know that they've got an existing partnership where they plan on deploying their own battery swapping station, which is something that, of course, just has to make you to see that whatever NIO is doing, it is something that will give them or bring them massive success, which is why we are seeing other car companies globally copying or trying to do the very same thing that NIO is doing. 150 kilowatts battery, we saw this first massive success from NIO, but here we are seeing Samsung, Toyota also wanting to make their very own battery, or a 600-mile battery, like what NIO has already done. So I'm happy about this. I'm excited, and it shows you the kind of leadership that NIO is showing out there globally to the entire world, and whatever they are doing, NIO is doing absolutely right. So I think as investors, we need to stop complaining about the R&D's money that NIO is spending on their research and developments, because whatever they are doing, it's working for them, and this will result into NIO selling quite number of cars or lots and lots of cars in the future. As many of you will know from the comments which were made by the NIO executives of saying that what will make them to stay longer in the game is to continue innovating, continue doing research and developments, which that if you want that to go away, unfortunately NIO is not looking at doing that, because they believe that the strategy which will make them stay longer in this fast growing EV industry is to doing more research and developing more technologies which will result into them surviving this fierce competition and put them at the top of the game. I mean, to see car companies all over the world fascinated about NIO's technologies, it has to tell you something, and that is NIO is doing everything absolutely right, and they are going to be successful and become profitable in the near future. Yes, profitability might not be with NIO. Yes, when you talk of profitability, NIO might still not be having that, but in the near future, in fact by 2025, NIO is going to report profitability in one of the quarters. It's either Q3, Q4, we are going to see NIO reporting profitability, and that will once again crush the bears that are just against NIO or against anything that NIO does. So I'm hopeful. I remain long and strong onto the NIO stock, and seeing this partnership from Samsung and Toyota wanting to mass produce their own battery or 600-mile battery, which they can charge by 9 minutes from 0 to 100. It gives me great joy as the NIO investor, because this is something that NIO has already achieved, and to see other automakers following, it's just an amazing thing to know that you are investing in a company whose their technology fascinates and encourages other EV companies to also invest or do the same technology that or which they are deploying. Otherwise, that's all from me. Do your own DD before you buy or increase your holdings of this stock, and God bless you all.